check out what I got today. It's the Razer Wolverine Ultimate Wire Controller. This controller is for the Xbox, but it'll work for the PC as well. So we got interchangeable thumbsticks and D-pads here. You got 2 additional bumpers here in the front of the controller. RGB lighting, supposed to be ergonomic both on the weight and the shape. This controller has trigger stop switches, which means you can adjust the travel of your triggers. What do you say we crack this bad boy open and take it for a spin? Oh, look, it comes with the case. Check that out. And right here it says, welcome to the cult of Razer. Alright Razer, I'll join your cult if only your products are good. Unfortunately, I got this guy and it was not too hot. So hopefully this guy's better. Alright, let's put this aside for now. Let's see what else we got. Alright, some documentations. Here's the braided cable. Looks pretty long. There's a little tie here. Check that out. Breakaway cables. I'm a big fan of that. I have to say, this is one of the nicest cases I've ever seen for a controller. Just look at the material. This is cloth. It's silky smooth to the touch. Look at this. And we got a logo here. And I love the fact that it's not green. It's just nice. Whoa, here we are. Ooh, it feels good. Yeah, it is ergonomic. It feels just like the Xbox controller, and I'm a big fan of that controller. Okay, let's remove this first. It's clicky, tactile, and also noisy. Okay, yeah, so these are pretty clicky but really easy to push. They're kind of light. You know, yeah, they feel like a mouse click. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, the thumbsticks feel good. They're easy to push. I would say about the same as the Xbox controller. Okay, the shoulder button, you can click it on both sides. Easy to push. Nice and clicky. Yeah, and these triggers feel just like the Xbox controller. And check this out. I don't know, they're kind of hard to reach. They're nice and clicky though. Yeah, I don't think this is good for fighting games, but maybe for maybe a shooter or something where you need to activate something really quickly. And I guess they're designed this way so that you don't accidentally touch them. And you have some audio controls here. I'm not sure what these buttons do. There are 4 additional buttons back here. They look kind of weird. Yeah, it's a little awkward, to be honest with you. If they're gonna design it this way, I kind of wish they're a little closer to the handle so it'll be a lot easier to reach. But yeah, I'm not sure about this. They feel good, but I'm not sure about the location of it. I have to say, it's very awkward, but maybe I'm just not used to it. We get additional thumbsticks with different heights. I guess this is for people who want more or less travel on their sticks. And look at this. There's another D-pad here. I wonder how you replace them. Oh, check this out. Oh, I see. Okay, so you just lift it up. And set it down. So it looks like it's magnetic. This D-pad feels a little harder to press, and there's less travel as well. There's more travel on this D-pad and it's a little clickier and easier to push. We'll test both of them out. Just initial impression, it seems like this D-pad is better. It's a little clickier and more tactile. What do you say we plug it in and take it for a test drive? To customize the controller, you gotta download this app right here. It's called the Razer Controller Setup for Xbox. So this button's to cycle through your profiles. Understood? You can remap the buttons on the controller. Okay, that's nice. So this page is good for you to assign the extra buttons, but what about the regular buttons? I think the regular buttons, you have to do that on the controller itself. You can set the RGB lighting, focus and agile. Focus decreases the level of sensitivity on each thumbstick. So in shooters, if you want to aim better, maybe for sniping or something like that, and you want the cursor to move slower, you just press and hold this to kind of decrease the sensitivity. And then agile. Okay, I see. So focus is to slow down, agile is to speed up. So if you want to run faster, you just use the agile functionality. That's kind of cheating, isn't it? Oh my goodness. Okay, here you can control the vibration of the motors on the triggers and also on the handles as well. So the app is pretty straightforward, there's not much to it. Although I do wish that you can customize and remap the regular buttons here as well. That's really curious to me why it's not there. Let's boot up a game and see how this bad boy handles. Let's begin with the face buttons. Yeah, so these are supposed to be mechanical buttons. Man, it feels so nice. Oh, I like it. Yeah, and the bumpers are good too. You know, and I like the fact that there's a little bit of a gap here, so you don't accidentally hit it when you're resting your finger on the button. Okay, the trigger is nice and easy, and these are the trigger stops right here. So let's go ahead and push it. Okay, it's either or. There's no medium setting. Either you're locked or you're not. Okay, let's... Ah, I see, okay. So now you're locked. You see how it doesn't go all the way down, right? Alright, let's test out the D-pad. Let's begin with this one right here, the 4 separate buttons. Let's see if we can do our Korean backdash. Oh, not bad, not bad. Ooh, it's good. Yeah, there we go. Sweet. Yes. Ooh, that's a very good sign. Very, very good sign. Let's test our double tap with the Brad Wong row. Oh yeah, it's not perfect because it's still on the heavier side, so you're gonna have to push the button relatively hard. I say this is on par with the PS5 DualSense controller. In terms of the double taps, it's not as good as the Xbox Series controllers, which are just so easy to do double taps, but this is perfectly doable. I can totally see this working out. Alright, let's test diagonals. Okay, not bad, not bad. Oh yeah. Oh, the diagonals are on point. Oh yes, yes. The diagonals are very good on this controller. I have no trouble with up back, or down forward at all. But I do have a little trouble hitting up forward at the same time at times. And the reason is, you see there's a gap here, right? I wish these gaps are a little closer, right? But because of this gap, the tip of your thumb is naturally smaller. It has less surface area than the base of your thumb. Up forward, you kind of have to use the tip of your finger, right? And because of this, I tend to hit forward first or up first, so it doesn't register as a diagonal up. But I think over time you can get used to it. Just make sure you use a meatier part of your thumb. Overall, a very accurate, very impressive D-pad. I think this D-pad is great for the players who are used to the PlayStation controller's D-pad. Alright, let's switch over to this guy. This is a cross-shaped D-pad, more similar to the Xbox controllers. Alright, let's test the Korean backdash. It's a little on the heavier side. Actually, this is pretty heavy. Yeah, you gotta press pretty hard with this D-pad. I'm not getting this 100% of the time, just because of the amount of force that I have to use. Let's do the roll. Oh no, no. That's no good. That's no good. The roll is no good, no good. And I can already tell that the diagonal is not good as well, because he keep on standing up, as you can see there, when I try to roll. Look at that. What a disappointment. Nah. If you're gonna use this controller for fighting games, use this one instead. Yep, this one feels just so much better. Let's test some circular motions. Okay, alright, got it on the first try. Not the second try. The circular motions are good, it's very doable and accurate, but these buttons are on the heavier side, so it's gonna take some getting used to. Also, because of this gap here between the buttons, the distance between the back button to the front button is pretty far, so your thumb's gonna have to slide pretty far to hit all these buttons, right? So that's something to consider. But yeah, I have no problem with circular motions after a few tries. And speaking of sliding, this controller is great if you are a slider, right? Or you slide your thumb around to control your character. The buttons themselves are smooth, right? This is a smooth surface, so it's very easy to glide your thumb back and forth, not a problem at all. And the buttons on the back here are surprisingly usable. The extra buttons really makes backdashing a lot quicker. Look at this. That looks so funny. You know, at first I was worried that these buttons are hard to reach, but after using it for a little bit, I don't think they're that hard to reach actually. They're pretty usable, not bad. But these buttons on the other hand are kind of hard to reach because you kind of have to get your finger wrapped around these two buttons to get to here. Okay, let's just try a combo. No problem whatsoever. Alright, initial impression of this controller. This is a very good controller for fighting games. Provided you use this D-pad right here and not this one. Okay, which is a shame. This D-pad here has a lot of trouble with diagonals and double taps, and it's pretty heavy too. This D-pad is also on the heavier side, at least it's heavier than the Xbox Series controller and the PlayStation controllers, but I don't think it's something that you cannot get used to it. I actually got used to it pretty quick. The face buttons is awesome. These are a great set of face buttons. Oh, so nice and clicky. They just feel so good and satisfying. I love the fact that there's a trigger lock. If you play fighting games, every millisecond counts, right? Shoulder buttons also good. Yeah, and I don't think there's a need for this button, but it's there if you need it for other types of games. So first impression is a very positive one. Alright guys, that's it for me. If you enjoyed the video or found it to be informative, hit the like button and subscribe for more. Take care.